the crowd, I hear your voice in the hum, the echo of you in the beat of a drum. Every hello carries someone's goodbye. We're all walking shadows of a love that won't die. I reach far, I reach wide, feel your warmth on the other side. We are threads of light, weaving through the night, tied to the stars, to the ones out of sight. Every touch, every tear, every laugh, every fight, we are threads of light. We are threads of light. We are threads of light.
Hey everyone. Hey everyone, can everyone hear me? Is my mic working? Is everything good? Hey everyone, thank you for being here. Perfect. It went smoothly. So I'm gonna bring in Lee, who is waiting backstage. Hey Lee.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how are you doing?
That was an amazing intro. I'm excited. You could just do the rest of the show just replaying that video over and over again. I'm ready to go.
I was quite impressed myself, I have to say.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
I spent the first half of the day putting that together, but
It's
yeah,
amazing.
That's the sort of thing I can do and just get, you know, when you get lost in something and it's like, oh, I wish I could do this all the time. I really enjoy it.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm a little sore from helping my wife move furniture and stuff yesterday, but otherwise I'm in good spirits. So
I'm
glad to be here.
Probably have done with the day off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this is my day off, and here I am working. But this is my day off.
Oh dear. So I just want to start off by asking everyone in the chat, which I haven't done yet, but just to introduce yourself and where you are. What part of the world are you in?
I always love hearing where people are coming from.
What locations are we looking at here?
So it's a slow chat today. Very slow. It's okay.
Good
New York City.
New York, Pennsylvania. Jackie, Scotland, up the Scots. Texas, Oklahoma.
Wow.
Medina.
Wow. Funky cold Medina. West Richland, Washington. Holy shit, that's my hometown. Like, I know all about West Richland, Washington.
Minnesota, Tampa, Florida, South Carolina, Alabama, UK. We have got some UK in the house. Canada, San Antonio, Atlanta. Wow. Canada.
Nova Scotia.
So we have majority's a mix of you guys over in the States and Canada.
Sadly, I'm from Iowa. Sadly, I'm from Iowa.
What's wrong with Iowa? Northern Ireland. I've lived in Northern Ireland. Great people in Northern Ireland. North Carolina, Tennessee. Do you know, I've got to go and visit at some point. I've got to go over to the States and visit. But it's so huge. It's like, where do you start? But saying that, I've got relatives in Canada. So I could sort of go over to Vancouver and visit relatives, which I've never done yet.
Wow.
I used to have relatives in Washington, DC. I don't know if they're still there, but yeah.
Not that I would crash your family reunion, but I'm a hop, skip, and a jump from Vancouver, Canada as well. So we could potentially meet someday in person, which I didn't even think was possible because I wasn't going to fly over to UK. But someday who knows? If the stars all align, I'll see you in Vancouver.
Yeah, I think who knows? We're going to meet. I think we're going to meet at some point. Whether I go over there, and why aren't you coming to the UK? Apart from anything else,
I just don't have the money. Like, I mean, I think my world travel days are over. Like, I've got all kinds of countries on the list I want to go to, but you know. Yeah,
fair enough. As long as it's just
get a
like,
true
I'm never
crime
going there
in the UK, and I'll come over to the UK on a true crimes or a haunted mansion. Then I'll have incentive to come over for a YouTube channel.
I wonder if they have like a UK equivalent of CrimeCon over here.
Yeah,
Or,
there you go.
I'll have to have a look into that. Okay, so I'm going to start with so this, as you've seen from the thumbnail, is going to be all about capturing spirit on camera. Can it be done? You know, is it can you know, and I'm going to be showing some pictures that I've been sent from one of my members who will remain anonymous. And some of you who are members, I just want to put it out there, some of you who are members might know this person because I've shared one of their pictures during a members video. And if you could just keep them anonymous as well, just to respect that, to make sure no one mentions their name. But I am going to be sharing their pictures, and we're going to be talking about it because they are fascinating. And I'll also be sharing a clip from the video that I spoke about where I was doing a reading on Demetrius Robinson and a shadow figure walks behind me. So I'll be sharing that as well. But to begin with, which wasn't something I was planning because something happened yesterday. I didn't capture a spirit on camera, unfortunately, but just to start with this, because it's one of those things that happened, which I'm like, oh my God, I came across something completely by accident, coincidentally, that I know I was meant to come across. And I want to start with that. And I've teased you a bit, Lee, with this, because I've said to you, you're going to want to talk about this. I haven't told you.
I'm on pins and needles already. I'm like, come on, spill it already. Get to the point. It's all good.
So what happened was yesterday I was going through comments and trying to respond to them. And I do try and respond to comments, guys. And I know it looks like I don't, but I do occasionally try and respond to comments. And someone had commented, Sue, because they'd watched the Bombshells from Kaylee video, which I did last year. And during that video, she had helped me write a poem. Kaylee had helped me write a poem, and someone had said, where's the poem? So I'm like, okay, so I was searching on my phone. Don't even have my phone here. I don't need it. To find the poem. And what I do is I tend to save a lot of my notes and things like that in because I've got an Android phone, in Keep. It's called Android Keep.
Yeah.
All the notes and stuff. And the other thing I file in amongst all of that is when I've had channeling sessions, and I will write down what I've picked up during a channeling session. Now, occasionally, and I don't know why, but occasionally I'll do a channeling session and I'll just completely forget about it. In fact, I've written it down and I haven't done anything with it. So as I'm looking for these, for the poem that I did with Kaylee, I come across some notes titled Bombshells from Kaylee. And on this particular occasion, which I remember now, she's asked me, and she used to, I don't know why, but she used to get me to use different references to talk to me through. One time she asked me to use the Bible. And this particular time, she asked me to use the Book of Enoch. So and what she'll do is, this is my hard copy of the Book of Enoch, is nice. She'll just say to me, she'll give me a page number. So I'll go to the page number. And then I literally, with my eyes shut, I just scroll down with my finger and stop when she tells me to stop, and then read out the excerpt. Wow. Now, for those of you who have watched my recent video, Bombshells with Xana, she mentioned someone called Dan. Or, sorry, she mentioned Bookham Dano.
Okay, yes, right.
So I remember that. What I'm going to do now is just bring up, because I screenshot the actual notes that I kept. And where is it? Hold on a second. So this is it. I also screenshot, just for those of you who are a bit skeptical, which I'll show in a minute, I screenshot the time it was edited, so it shows the date of when this was edited. So again, you can see at the top here, it's November 2025. Can you read that? It says Book of Enoch.
Yep.
She's asked me to go to page 19, 12th line down, first line, Dan. The way I read it was Dan, bad Dan. And I know that's not what it's meant to say, but the word is Dan, bad Dan, Dan in Dan. Like, I was like, what the hell? And then there's other stuff down here, which there's other stuff that she spoke about. They shall be concealed, daughter and destruction.
Wow.
I don't know what that relates to with the Book of Enoch, but it's for her. It was directly linked to her, to Kaylee. And then the Adam and Charles. Again, these are names I need to research because I don't know why I just let this sit and do nothing. I don't know why, but I've obviously come across it now.
Yeah.
And this word down here, it says behemoth. That comes up so many times when I'm doing a reading and I use the vocab deck. It comes up over and over again. And I can't remember. What does it mean? Is it behemoth?
The behemoth, a behemoth from, I mean, it's basically usually associated with aquatic large creature from like the ocean, like a behemoth, like it's a giant, kind of like a kraken, sea kraken, ocean-based creature.
So that comes up all the time as well. And the fact that it's come out of the Book of Enoch as well is such a coincidence that it's too much of a coincidence to ignore. But just looking at this lead, do any of these, I know that you probably haven't got it in front of you, but does any of this stand out to you or trigger any memories? Or
well, it's interesting. I mean, I'm well versed in the Bible and stuff related to it. So, Dan being one of the tribes, there was the tribe. Those names being associated with the biblical figures, I know a lot about them. So when you said Bookham Dana, and then I saw Dan and Dan, I was like, yeah, there's like the town of Dan, and there's like. So I started to make connections myself. And of course, number 7 is a religious number. And Lamech was the father of, Isaac? Anyways, I'm now see, I've forgotten more than I know. But anyways, I see a lot of names and stuff. And it's really interesting the how your finger would fall on something like this slaughter and destruction when you're like relating to a situation.
I didn't even know that's what that was relating to. I never I think what I did was I picked up the book, did the channeling session, made notes, and then just walked away from it. Didn't even find out what it was meant to be about or what it was linked to. And yet I've been drawn back to it like yesterday to say, it's like spirit saying to me, you need to pay attention to this. This Dan, the name Dan is important if it is about a person, and I don't know.
Yes.
But
and I'm trying to think, in the Idaho 4, I don't know any Dans associated, but it makes you wonder now, like, well, why would maybe there's somebody we don't know that would be interesting if you see a new name pop up in the documents and Dan shows up, you'd be paying a hell of a lot more attention, wouldn't you? Now.
Exactly. So, so I can show here we are. So I screenshot this just so you can see that there it says edited 23rd of November. So I haven't just That's kind of awesome. Made this up for those of you who are. So I am going to be definitely looking into this in more detail. And as I've scrolled through all my other notes, I'm thinking, oh my God, there's other stuff here as well that I've kind of forgotten about, which is going to be interesting to revisit. It also makes sense because Kaylee's gone very, very quiet for me. And I always wondered why that was. Is it because she's got nothing else to say? Or, sometimes I get paranoid and I think if I've done something wrong, if I said something wrong, and then I think, oh, okay, now it makes sense. She's given me information and she's probably like, well, you haven't made use of what I've told you. So does that make sense? It's like,
Yeah. Right. If you're not going to use what I'm giving you, then I'm out.
Exactly.
Right.
Dan Etsy was one of the owners of 1122. I presume.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, I know that Dan is interesting because Dan was one of the 12 tribes of Israel, and then they named a town, or a civilization after Dan. So Dan could be in Dan and Dan, which is like, I was like, that's weird. So, anyways, but yeah, Dan Estes, that's super interesting. Like you said, if I would be paying more attention to when you see those kind of names, because it's like little hints, like maybe you should look there.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan Foreman. Okay.
Yeah, well, this is it. Dan Foreman. I did do a reading on him, and he was one of the names that was given to me by Kaylee during a channeling session as well, because there was basically what she said was there was links that go all the way to the top, kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know if it's related to him or not.
And I'm trying not to drag too much into it. There's crazy stuff associated with Dan. They were kind of fundamental at a time of Israel's history of leading Israel into idolatry and stuff like that. And so again, I don't want to drag a whole bunch of stuff into it, but there's like a lot of stuff with Dan. So in my mind, I'm like, I just heard, I just saw a new legal. So, okay, we're going to side tangent for a second. I just saw a new legal document that suggested that a forensics pathologist who had looked into the Idaho 4 case literally said that they thought some of the wounds on the victims looked ritualistic, like not just signature, but ritualistic. So then I was like, well, is there some kind of weird ritual that somebody did? I mean, I don't know, but it was the first time I'd seen in a pathologist report that they thought that there was signs of ritualistic marks, which is a very interesting word to use instead of just a signature. Yeah.
Gosh, I mean, I have picked up in previous readings, and I think it was a reading for Taylor Parkhill. It was one of the Banfield boys that got stopped. And it was in his reading, I picked up some definite, like, it was like ritualistic kind of, not I mean, secret society, yeah, but more like very underground kind of weird stuff. So yeah, I don't know.
Super interesting though.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, I thought I'd share that first. And then what we're going to do now is, let's just take that off. I think I'll start with these pictures from my beautiful members. So just give you a bit of a backstory here. She's had paranormal experiences throughout her life, from what she's told me. And some of the things she told me is fascinating. I'm not going to go into it all because it's quite complex and in depth, but basically she takes pictures sometimes, or she has taken pictures in the past. And I think this is how she found out this happened, where she's taken a picture and then she's gone back to it 2 days later and something's manifested within the picture that's got nothing to do with her. And now I think she can kind of channel it. From what she's told me, is she can go out into the woods and she can take pictures and they just manifest. So I'm going to show you an example. The ones that she sent me, I think these are fascinating. I just want to know what people think, because they're not going to be necessarily obvious, like, oh, that's clearly a person, or that's and this kind of reminds me a little bit, for those of you in the chat that remember, very odd thing happened to me once when I was trying to create a thumbnail at the time. And then all of a sudden this picture just appeared on my phone. It was just like this weird mashup of everything. Like, it didn't make any sense whatsoever, but it was a bit like one of those magic eye pictures where when you look at it, the more you look at it, you start seeing things. And then I started seeing in that particular image, I've got it somewhere. I don't know if I can find it now, but in that particular image, I started seeing a car, I started seeing a house, I started seeing, and I was thinking, oh my God, I'm meant to be seeing something in this. So this is kind of similar. Some of them are really obvious and you can see clear images, but some of them are, you're going to be looking at it for a minute to see. And I'm going to be fascinated to see what people say in the chat, to see what they say. So I'm going to start with this one. Let's start with this one. Okay. So I think with this one, what she's done is she's taken a picture. Obviously, she's in the woods and she's taken a picture of the trees, and this is manifested.
Oh yeah.
After some time. Now you can sort of stare at this one and start seeing things, but this isn't as clear as some of the others. But it's fascinating. I was saying to her, do you do something special with camera, or are you using a particular filter, or like what do you? And just no, I just take the picture, and they literally develop. It's crazy.
Is she using film or digital photography?
She said she uses her iPhone, and she just uploads them onto her iPad. That's all she does. Yeah. So
yeah, yeah, that's super interesting. I mean, the first thing I feel like it's one of those kind of like orb looking things. It's like because the circle over top, it looks like an orb caught on camera. I've caught in orbs on camera myself that you didn't see in the original environment or whatever, and then you're like, what the hell? And I've gone through a million. Is that a speck of dust? But this is clearly not a speck of dust.
It's not. Yeah. So obviously sort of not a anomaly or something. It's just I don't know what it is, but
yeah.
So then the next one we're getting this one is, well, I'm not going to say anything. But hang on, let me just put this back like that.
Oh, an elephant with big ears.
Okay, this is a little bit blurry, but doesn't matter because you should see something in a second.
Oh, I see.
What do you see?
I see what looks like a face, a mask, like one of those. It's kind of like one of those masks, but because it's got a straight hard edge. But I just see the face.
Yeah.
And what the heck is all the rest though?
Yeah, I know.
What was the surrounding image? Was supposed to be?
I didn't ask her about each individual picture, but you know what I should have done? It's because I don't know where she was or where she. I remember asking her, "Where are you when you took these?" And she said most of them are taken outside. She mentioned being outside in the woods. So I don't know where this one was taken or how she took it.
Yeah, it's a pretty distinct face,
isn't it? Yeah.
The eyes are a little wonky. Like what's going on with the eyes?
It's kind of cheeky looking.
Yeah. Yeah, like a comedy mask. See, a potty said, I see, because there's a hard line across the top. Makes me think mask. It makes me feel like the eyes wide shut, kind of the masks they put over their face before the ball, kind of thing. Yeah,
it's interesting because I wish I'd asked her now, because she may have taken a picture of something like this, and then this has all kind of manifested around it. I don't know.
Right. So that's the question. Well, right.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, what is she taking? Is she taking a picture of a ball of light and the face appeared in it, or is she taking a picture of the face and a ball of light appeared over top of it? So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Then we're getting into some other ones now, which are more defined. This one. Now, I can't quite figure out where she was. I mean, obviously, I think this is outside. This looks like it's outside. And this, I can't figure out what this is at the top. But clearly,
it almost looks like a mirror for a car, but it's white, so that's weird. But it kind of looks like I don't know. Looks like it's got a mechanical part of it that's kind of but up at the top. But I'm sure that's not the focus, right? We're focused on either the light or the shadow or both. I'm assuming.
This looks like a figure leaping across, doesn't it? It's like, I mean, this could be a light anomaly. It could be a lens flare or something. But you know,
it could be a TV on a mount. Somebody says that as far as that object up at the top of the thing. Again, what's hard with the perspective on this is: are we really zoomed in on a very like a large picture, and we're taking a zoomed in part of the large picture, or is this a full size? Like, how tight in on something are we without seeing the original picture?
Yeah.
Or is this the whole the entirety of the original picture?
So this looks like it's to scale, because that to me looks like a chair. At the bottom.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's what I thought was a shadow. So it could be a chair.
Oh, okay. To me, it looks like the back of a wooden chair.
You know what it looked like? It looked like to me like a shadowy figure with really long arms.
Yeah. See, there's different perspective now. I can see what you're looking at as well.
Yeah, that's what I saw first. Now you say chair, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's a chair. But see, that's what's funny about the mind. The mind plays tricks on you. You see something, and in my opinion, our mind wants to create meaning out of things. So when you see something, you're like, well, what is that? Oh, it's got to be a chair, or it's got to be a person. And yeah, dining room chair on the bottom. That's what it. Yeah. So your mind plays tricks on you sometimes, but who knows? But
Yeah, it's still
shadow of a
fascinating.
giant spider. Now that's spooky.
That's more scary than anything. Okay, so now the next one. This one is the one that some people may be familiar with because I did share this one on a members video. But this is incredible. So this, she explained to me, this is clearly an angel. She said, this is clearly an angel, but she said, which is one thing, but she said the face only developed after a couple of days. You can clearly see a face on the angel. Someone said to me, oh, it looks a bit sinister. Which it kind of looks like it's smiling, but then it does look a little bit sinister when I look at it. If you can see clearly the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the background as well. This looks like she's outside again. To me, it looks like she's outside. Almost looks like, I don't know why I get graveyard vibes from this.
Yeah. You can, yeah, I can see where you would get that from too.
So I don't know how you would, this is the thing, you know, with a picture like this, how would, I'm not saying she has, but you have to ask the question, you know, could it be manipulated? And if it, well, I don't think it was. I do trust what she tells me, but how would something like that be manipulated? You know?
Yeah.
To that, you know, to the extent that it looks like an angel. That's what I'm saying. It's fascinating.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm trying to depict. It looks like it's an outdoor setting. I take it there's probably trees and stuff around on the outside up in the corner. Is that trees or not? Yeah, it's a crazy. That's a crazy image. Yeah.
Yeah, and to me on the right hand side. Sorry, I don't know my left from my right. The left hand side of the screen, that looks like some sort of. These look like some sort of building, not building, but some sort of structure there, which
pillars.
I don't know.
Yeah,
pillars kind of thing. So
would you, just out of curiosity, when you look at this picture, would you say that the angel is blonde? Or is that just like it's like a negative, and it could have been a dark-haired individual, but it looks whitish?
Yeah, she looks like she has hair and a fringe.
Right. It looks like curled hair. And would you say definitively hair color, or would you say she's blonde? Or would you say?
Do you know what? Now I'm staring at the face. It's changing, which is really weird.
That's weird.
when I looked at the face before, it could look like she had this grimace kind of smile, and now I can't. Oh, I can see it, but I can't see it. What do people see, a grimace, or do they just see a peaceful face? I wonder what people see.
Good question.
What do you see, Lee?
I see a peaceful face, but I can see what you're seeing. You know, I don't know if this is an actual image file. You could zoom in on it. You could do the control on your keyboard and a scroll wheel mouse to kind of blow it up, or the plus key or something like that, and you can blow this up a bigger. I wonder if you can get in tighter on the face. There's ways, depending on how you're sharing it, you can maybe manipulate the image and make it bigger and zoom in. But
control. So let me just see. I don't want to click that, so I'll remove it. Hold on. So control and then
like a scroll mouse, the wheel mouse. If you scroll in and out, does it shrink and expand or?
Hold on. No. Oh God, what have I done?
Oh, now you done it you did it to your main screen, didn't you? You probably did it to your main screen and not the image that you're showing.
Oh no.
Yeah, I shouldn't have told you. Oh, I don't know. Now you're in trouble.
Wait. Right. I'm not going to touch anything.
Yeah. I just walked you down the dark path right there.
Nearly. Yeah. I mean, maybe, I don't know, unless people can zoom in themselves on their own screen and look.
Actually, yeah. If you sent me the image, I can probably do it. If you could send me can you send me the image?
You should have them, because I did send them to you like a few days ago. I emailed them to you.
You did email them to me? Okay, give me a second.
I think Monday, probably.
Yes, because I remember seeing that. Hold on, let me see. And that was an email, huh? Okay. 1 second. Let me see if I can blow it up for us. I think I might be able to do that. Tarot. Sunday. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Stand by. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go save image as. I'm going to save it to my hard drive. It's never shared. It's never safe to just share my screen. So let me see here. All right. Now, if, okay, here's what we can do. If you, I'm going to present my screen to you. It'll be backstage, and then you'll have to add it to this stage once I've shared it with you. So there's, you should see Devil's Advocates is sharing his screen. If you add that to the stage so that you're looking at my screen, I should be able to manipulate the photo.
Okay. Before presenting, remove other. Oh, I've got to remove something. Hang on.
Yeah, you got to remove the one you've got shared. So hit remove on that image and then share my screen.
Okay. Yep.
There you go. Okay. So now.
Oh, see, that's completely different. I don't see the grimace now.
Yeah, see, like I see right in here, kind of the lips, almost like in a pursed bow shaped lips. Kind of, maybe you can see like an accentuated smile, but you can see a little bit different detail.
Yeah. Someone said they thought they could see.
I'm gonna look at these structures here.
Yeah,
these look like pillars to me. Like those.
Yeah, that's what
this looks like it might be a walkway in between two pillars. But I mean, again, our minds look to find meaning in things. So am I just seeing stuff? I don't know, but it's interesting.
So this looks, when you look at it now, but the angel looks like it's between like two.
Like this
walls.
Structure and this structure.
Yeah.
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 I'm going to zoom in a little tight here in the lower area and just see what you see in the detail behind here. But
can you see? You can see through her.
Yeah.
You see what's behind.
Because you see this line that goes. This seems to be behind her, actually.
And does that look like a gravestone behind her?
It does kind of look. I don't know.
See this archway? You got an arch. What looks like an archway?
This
right.
one?
No. Right in the middle.
Oh, right in here.
Yeah. Can you see? Like through, like as if it's on the other side of her. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Like this is part of it here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's a really fascinating image. And these little, I also find this kind of stuff interesting. See these little white hot spots? There's white hot spots here and here and here. And, so I wonder, like, what's that about? Like, is it particles of light, or what is that? It's just interesting. It's interesting. I want to know more about the photo for sure. I'd want to know more about where the photo was taken and and all that stuff. But all right, you can remove my picture if you want or whatever. But yeah, so that's interesting.
It is, isn't it? So the white pillars look like gravestones.
Oops, sorry, I just removed my screen so that when I go to look at something else on my screen, I don't show anything where people need therapy or something. The hell does he do on his computer?
I think that's all of my images. I was gonna so I might wait to share my shadow person as we sort of stick with the pictures for now. I know, Lee, you had some stuff you'd found online.
Yeah, I sent you the link in private chat. If you need me to, I can probably pull it up on my side and share my screen. But if you want to control it.
I've got it, yeah.
Okay. And when you share that screen, I know you're not real, you don't do this a lot. So when you share that screen, you might want to share it. Make sure you toggle the radio button that says share with sound. So that, because it does have a narrator who's kind of explaining what's in the image and why and what the surrounding story is behind the image. So you might want to get his narration that we can all hear.
Okay. Oh. How do I mute this? Hold on. Right. Okay. So we need to share. Hold on a second. Oh,
If it's easier for you, I can maybe share it with sound, I think, and I can control it if it's easier.
shall I try?
Yeah, give it a shot.
Okay.
That way you learn something new, right?
Yeah, that's it. So 20, this is the one.
Yeah, make sure you share it with audio. There's a little radio button that you got to check, because otherwise if you don't say share it with audio, then we'll see it, but we won't hear it.
Okay, so it seems... Oh, God, hang on. That's because I've got it muted. Why is it not?
You gotta add it. You gotta add it. You gotta add it to the stage so we can see it. So you gotta pick a. You gotta add it to the stage and make sure you pick a layout that shows it on screen with us.
Okay.
From the
Yeah.
figure of a young boy dressed in
Okay.
white that peeks around corners to spy on any lurking photographers, to mysterious faces appearing in
Pause
the
for
background
1 second.
of family pictures. We take a look at
Hold on.
20 of the creep.
Oh God.
That's okay. See, this is great. This is a learning. So just if you hit the pause button on the video itself, I was just going to show you one more trick to do.
Okay.
Or it's a learning session on the fly. So
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's loving this.
Go ahead and put it back on screen again, and just pause it when it's on screen so that I can talk for a second. And I'll show you one more thing to do.
Okay.
Okay. So right now you see we're seeing a bunch of space off to the right with the so just click on the in the lower right corner of that video is an expand full screen option. So if you go full screen, it'll make right there. So make that full screen.
Okay. Yeah.
And then when you play it, we're not seeing all the extra garbage and we're getting a little tighter view. So now if you want to back up on the video and hit play again, we can kind of walk through this. I guess there's 20.
Okay.
And by the way, before you get too far, a lot of these are old. Remember you were talking before that you like older images that aren't done with newer photography?
Yes.
Some of these are very old images. So that happened before the digital manipulation. So some of them are very famous.
Okay.
Scenic shots at a farm in Hertfordshire, England, as a part of a project for a wedding. Later, Neil was astonished when he examined the digital photo on his computer. There, as if peeking around a corner at him, is a ghostly, white, almost glowing figure of what looks like a child. Neil says he is quite sure that there was no one there at the time. The owners of the place later admitted that the figure of a young boy, dressed in white nightclothes, had been seen on several occasions around the barn. Number 19. White Lady of Worstead Church. In 1975, Diane and Peter Berthelot visited Worstead Church in Norfolk, UK, with their 12-year-old.
Oh, look behind there.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So they claim on this image, and it's great to pause every so often so that we don't get copyright strike by the original guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he claims he took this picture of his wife just in a candid moment sitting in the church. And then when they looked at it, there was this woman in white behind him. And what he'll tell you is there was legends of this woman in white that everybody saw at the church. And by the way, if for some reason when it goes to 19 or 18, the next thing, pause real quick. Cause I watched 2 videos on this particular picture. And if he doesn't talk about something, I want to add one extra detail. So go ahead and play what he says.
And this person's probably completely unaware.
Yeah. Yes. She
Fascinating. Yeah.
Son. Peter took a picture of his wife sitting in the pew, praying. She was alone at the time, or so she thought. The couple was surprised when they first saw the photograph because they knew for a fact that no one else was there that day. Number 18.
Okay, pause. So the story that I heard on another channel was the church had a history of seeing the woman in white. And a local, this is the story that was told in another video, so I don't know if it's true or not, but a local had said that he wanted to see the woman in white, and they had a bell tower. And so he told people, I'm going to go up to the bell tower at midnight and try to see the woman in white. So he went up there and apparently went missing for a while. And then when they went up there, he was found alive and huddled in fear in a corner, saying that he saw the woman in white. And then he died. Like they were all with him. Right after he told them, I saw the woman in white, he passed away. Like it was just a weird story. So it was crazy.
Oh, this is like a mirror, isn't it?
It's what it looks like to me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Doesn't look very friendly.
Pink Lady of Greencastle. This is an image of the O'Hare Mansion in Greencastle. Guy Winters went with a friend to photograph the haunted mansion, and was shocked to find this image on the film. It had been digitally enhanced.
Wow. Okay. So here it looks, I can see defined person with long sort of
Yes.
auburn hair.
Yeah.
And this, why does
Looks
this one look
different.
so different? Yeah.
Right. Like, yeah, right. Because if you look in the upper right and the lower left, those two images look very similar. But the one in the upper left looks a little different. And I don't know what the heck's
Actually,
going
I
on
mean,
with the one
if
in the lower right.
that looks like someone, but their face is kind of bleached out, like they're
Yes.
now. Now I see it. But this is much
Yes.
more clear.
Defined,
So
yeah.
could it have been enhanced?
Yes, and I think
Is
they
that what
did.
they
I think
said?
they did. Yeah. They saw what was in there, and then they used some enhancements to try to bring out the detail, and that's what they saw when they did enhancements to bring the detail out.
Okay.
But it also has a story about a legend of people seeing things in this house, and this guy saw this picture and went, "What the hell's up there?" So then he did manipulation and pulled out the detail and saw that.
Okay, that makes sense. Wow.
Oops, we just went back.
Oh, hold on.
From the
That's okay. We got little chapter breaks.
Right.
You can go to look at those little breaks and get to the right one again.
Have I gone too far? Where are we?
Yep. No, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
and was
There we go.
shocked to find this.
You won't believe this. I've
Oh, we got
actually found
commercials.
a real wood floor that's 100%.
And we pause for this
waterproof.
commercial
This is the
interruption.
waterproof Quayside oak from Luxury Flooring, and it's
Right.
Image on the film. It had been digitally enhanced to display the image of a skull peering through a window. The photographer says it was scary to say the least, as he and his friend did not see anything with their own eyes on that day. Yet this ghostly image shows that someone was watching them. Number 17. Thomas R. Bard. Taken at the Bard Mansion in Ventura, California. This eerie image shows a ghost.
So we're looking at this down here?
Yes. He'll zoom in on it here in a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see it already.
Ooh.
Yeah.
ghostly
you can see
figure
like
standing in
look at
front of
how-
a glass door. It's believed to be the spirit of Thomas R. Bard, a California senator who once lived at the home. Apparently,
weird.
the
What's this
photographer
light?
remembers seeing something out of the corner.
Is that someone's reflection of their camera? Must be.
Yes,
I don't know.
right. So the
Yeah.
hot spot in the middle, I think, was him taking a shot right down the hall, right? So his own camera flash is flashing off of it. So that I think that's the hot spot was his flash. But
Yeah, interesting. I don't know why I feel like this is a dress though.
well, he did say he was wearing some weird like garments. I can't remember what he says, but it looks like he's holding like a stick. Do you see that? Like it looks like he's holding a wand or a stick in his hand. Do you see the little line that goes out to
Yeah,
this
I hear.
side? Yeah. Anyways,
of his eye and quickly took a photo. It wasn't until days later, after reviewing the pictures, he was amazed to see this and to learn he did in fact see something that day. Number 16. Ghost in the TV. This was just another ordinary picture.
Wow.
yeah. They're gonna talk about that. That's weird.
I was gonna say that it can't be a reflection either, because it's a floating head.
Right. Where's the rest of the body? Right. If it's a reflection, then where's the rest of the head? Yeah. Where's the body or whatever? Yeah.
Picture of a computer workstation in a suburban home, and nothing was noticed out of the ordinary until the film was developed. Clearly floating on the TV screen, which was turned off at the time, is a disembodied head, which is definitely not someone in the background or the picture taker herself. The photographer believes it to be the ghost of her deceased husband, although she said he appears much younger in this picture than he was when he passed away.
Well, you can pick your age. Spirit. You can go,
Right.
go back to your best era.
Right.
Number 15. Car crash ghost.
Oh,
The driver of this car, Rose Benvenuto, had
It's
wow.
interesting.
I see stuff like this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had bit morbid again, but I've had light anomalies on my own pictures, which were taken with a Polaroid camera.
Oh yeah.
So you can't really manipulate Polaroids as far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
But we're talking back in 1999. Pictures of my boy. Sorry to bring this up, but before he passed, and there's light anomalies, like streaks of light pointing at him in loads of different pictures. which is
Wow.
really strange. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is interesting.
Swerved to avoid hitting a dog and wrecked her car. According to the report, she was taken to the hospital, but later released with only an arm injury. This is where they strapped Rose to a board in case of a neck injury, but she was fine. The spirit even appears on the negatives. The rescue crew there that night seemed to think it was a remarkable capture of what appears to be a protective spirit, a possible guardian who was there that night to protect Rose from possibly fatal injuries.
Oh wow! I was thinking
Number
to begin
14.
with that was an image of the person that was
The
in
person
the...
who died, right? But she
Yeah.
survived with the minor injury. But they're and again, how much of that is the person interpreting onto them? Okay, I see something, so now I'm going to build a story around it, but anyway, so yeah, the first thing you think is, oh, that must have been somebody who died in the car wreck, but nobody died in that one. And so
Yeah.
then there was like, well, maybe it was a protective spirit that was there making sure that they survived the crash or something to that effect.
And if I was going to be skeptical about that particular image, I would say, could that be something to do with, I don't know, because that could be steam or
Yeah.
fog, or it could be explained in some way, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The interesting part was that it's depicted on the negative as well, and it sounded like people who were there said that they thought was something weird about it too. But
Okay.
Choir Loft Ghost. This photo was taken in 1982 at London's St. Botolph's Church. It was taken by photographer Chris Brackley, who claimed that there were only 3 people in the church at the time.
upper right part
and
of the
none
picture.
of them were in that loft. Brackley was contacted
Oh, not a good place.
So yeah,
later
so on the
and told
upper
that the
right of the
image of
there it is.
Ah.
They're zooming in on it. The upper right corner was the
woman
choir
resembled
loft.
one that a man had seen in a coffin at that very church months earlier. Number 13, Ghost on the Floor.
Oh,
Right
that's
there. Yeah.
creepy.
Yeah, they had to circle it for you because otherwise it'd be really hard to see it.
I think I've seen this one before. I wonder if is there any kind of backstory to
A
this
teenager
one?
snapped this photo on his cell phone and was shocked to see a girl peering up from the floor, or so it appears. Some say children and animals can sometimes see spirits. Perhaps the
I just wonder because it's very similar,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah,
this-
yeah. I see the resemblance. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there, because back then, before we had digital cameras,
Yeah.
you used to be able to get, I can't remember what it was called, where where 2 pictures would be kind of overlapping each other.
Right. Ghosting
Then-
of you could
Yes.
ghost over to yeah.
Yeah. So
It's funny that they
possibly-
call it ghosting because it creates
I
what
know.
it looks like what looks like a ghost because it's a partial imagery. I used to play with photography a lot, and what we would do is so just real quick as an aside, I'm not saying this happened here, but in photography back in the day, we would use film speeds and play tricks where you would go into low light situations and you would stand still, really, really still for 10 seconds and then move out of the picture, and it would leave a ghosted image of yourself in that location because it had just enough light to start drawing it in, but not enough to get it all the way. And so you could create tricks of light, make it look like you're a ghost standing, somewhere. And it was easy to do, back in the day.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I was just looking at all these like hairstyles and the fashion. It's like reminds me of I've got some pictures like this with my daughters. So funny. 90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
little one was crying for that very reason. She just may have been aware that there was an unwanted visitor in their living room that night. Number 12, The Haunted Bureau. This photo was taken by a
hand.
furniture
Oops. Yeah. It looks like it's a really, really bony hand looking thing there. Yeah.
Oh God, that reminds me. I mentioned this to you, Lee. I took a picture with my webcam years ago. It was around the year 2000, and I was taking a picture for a profile picture or something with my webcam. And when I looked at it, there was a very clear hand, very similar to that bony hand, just resting on my shoulder. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
God, who's that? Don't know who it was, but
collector who admired the Bureau's craftsmanship. She was shocked to find that a hand seemed reluctant to part with this piece of furniture. When the photo was taken by the furniture collector, there was no hand present, although after it was developed, there it was, just sitting there on the writing desk. Maybe it was an artist or a writer that just isn't quite done with it yet. Number 11.
I found out the hard way what a missed connection feels like on IG. You're on Instagram, checking DMs, posting stories.
The figure in black. This wedding party was held at an old farm in Norway, famous for being the former home of M Month, a children's.
Well, I mean, why is this picture so creepy? Like altogether,
Right.
it's like the whole thing is creepy.
The whole thing, yeah. It's not just the weird shadowy black thing standing there with everybody looking at it. The whole picture is just weird.
Yeah, I mean, even this girl looks like she's dressed in, I don't know, like why is she not wearing modern? She looks slightly faded, like she's a ghost. Who are these two munchkins?
Right.
And yeah, what is this?
I don't know. I don't know what that is, to be honest with you.
Whoa.
And you got, if you look really careful on
was
that
no
picture,
one
you can see clear shoes. Like there's black, you can see they're wearing black shoes, but like, it's just weird. It's just a weird one, I gotta say.
They have 3 legs. Is that 3 legs I'm seeing?
I don't, that's weird. It's just weird.
But it's so clear. It's so defined. It's like,
Right. Yeah,
God.
right. It's like really defined. Like, yeah.
yeah.
Not a ghostly image, but like something, I don't know. Could it be Photoshop manipulation, right? So it could, somebody could have just Photoshopped the head out or something. I don't know.
Very strange. Very strange.
Present at the wedding wearing black, and the picture was taken by one of the guests. The professional photographer hadn't seen any camera glitch like this before, and they said no one else was standing where the figure was at the time of the
But this is, look, the flowers are on,
photo.
what is this?
Number 10.
Is it a wedding photo? Like it's at
Maybe
a
you
wedding, right?
experienced that chilling feeling. Maybe it was when you were a kid and you couldn't fall asleep because you thought there was something under your bed. Some people refuse to believe that ghosts are real, but here is one photo that might just change your mind. This photo has become well known as simply the ghost in the corner. It's freaky to say the least.
Now, again, the skeptic part of my mind says,
Grandma's dressing up again.
right. It looks like you've got a sheer thing stretched over your face because you can see kind of the marks of the cloth pulled around the face. So then you're asking yourself, well, if it was a spirit, then why would they make themselves look like they're under a blanket or a sheet or like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like, Grandma, quit messing around. I'm trying to sleep.
Grandma's dressing up again. Damn it, Grandma! I told you to stop scaring us with that shit.
Oh dear.
Its location and date
Yeah, I
are
wonder
unknown.
where that came from. That ghosts were traditionally depicted as being a white sheet.
Yes,
That's strange.
I'm going to find out because now that you asked the question, I'm going to find out.
A white sheet with holes for eyes.
Perhaps for a good reason. Number 9. Asylum Ghost. Also known as Bartonville State Hospital or Illinois.
Ew. Interesting.
Asylum for the incurably insane. The Peoria Asylum operated as a psychiatric hospital from 1902 to 1973 and housed 2,800 patients at its peak. This photograph reportedly shows the facility's resident ghost, the White Lady, or the Asylum Ghost.
So that's another thing. I do believe spirits like to appear in windows as well. I do.
Yeah,
I feel like
in
I've-
reflections.
Yeah, reflections in
glass or
windows.
reflection. Real quick, do you want a side tangent? I got the answer to the ghost thing. Are you ready for the sheet?
Go
thing?
on.
Are you
Yeah.
ready? So
Yeah.
I asked a quick AI question. The image of a ghost floating while in a sheet with the 2 holes is a relatively modern invention. However, here's where the stereotype developed. Burial shrouds is the biggest influence. For centuries in Europe, many people were buried wrapped in a simple white linen shroud rather than dressed in clothing. If people imagined the dead returning, they often imagined they were appearing in their burial shroud. The shroud naturally hung loosely around the body, creating a flowing sheet-like appearance as it became associated with ghosts. So
Okay.
was it the burial shroud? I guess
That
maybe
makes
is the
sense.
origins of the tradition. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Number 8. Group of sailors. It's hard to tell from the picture,
yeah.
but these ghostly visitors appear to be, or at least most people seem to think these men to be sailors, sitting in on a youth sporting event. This photo would be strange if this photo wasn't taken in a Pearl Harbor, Hawaii gymnasium. which of course is where the Empire of Japan attacked the Americans in 1941, starting World War II, where thousands of sailors were killed. Number 7. Ghost of Myrtle's Plantation. This photograph is said to be one of the Myrtle's Plantation slaves, a girl named Chloe. It is said the housekeepers locked the house up at night, only to return the next morning to find chairs in the parlor rearranged and other furniture moved out of place. During tours, as ladies passed through the doorway to the gentleman's parlor where Chloe was caught eavesdropping once in the past, an earring is sometimes snatched by an unseen hand. The staff often finds earrings in the oddest places and write it off to the fact that Chloe loves earrings, but only needs to take one.
So where am I meant to be looking? Here?
I think so. I think it's that dark, shadowy figure alongside. I think that's what they're drawing their attention to. Is
I
it,
just thought that
kind
was
of
a statue.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not vouching for the
only ever
authenticity of any of this. I just
No,
thought it
I
would
know
be-
that's the whole point, isn't it? That's why
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
looking at
yeah.
them. It's like what can be debunked. I mean, if you look at pictures like this long enough, you'll see faces everywhere. You know.
Yeah. You're right. Right.
Had one ear. Number 6. Hooded Ghost in Boot Hill. Strange occurrences are common in the Boot Hill Cemetery.
Right. Where is it?
I'm looking for this one as well. Is it to the left of the man that's standing there?
That
Like
him?
right. So I think that's the good guy. Is it right to the left of that though? Is there a shadowy figure in that tree? And that I don't know. Let's see what he says. I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't seen this far.
This is a photo of a man at the site,
Oh, this
with a
one.
figure
right
appearing
there.
behind a bush in the background. You may think it does.
Mm. It just looks like he's thrown a coat and a hat in the tree. Is that just me?
Maybe. Let's see what he says.
Doesn't appear to be a ghost at all, but a lot of people have noticed it doesn't have a shadow. But the man in the center of the photograph does. Also,
Oh, also garden furniture for sale.
Yeah.
the photographer remembers no one else at all being there at the time.
And also, sorry.
Yeah.
The other thing is, let me just come back a bit. It's just weird the way he's standing next to it. Like, take a picture of me with my ghost. Like, because if it was a ghost, you'd be like, Jesus, it's a ghost, and you'd run. Not
right. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm a skeptic by nature. So when I look at these, I look for all those kind of like, wait a minute, why would a person even be standing like that or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah. And also, there is already a shadow here. So if there was another shadow, shadow can't cast.
It would be
shadow on
covered
top
up,
of
right?
Shadow.
Yeah, right. See, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Photograph does. Also, the photographer remembers no one else at all being there at the time. Number 5, the extra face. 3 Asian women were taking a photo outside their apartment when an extra head appeared in one of their photos.
You're looking for the explanation, aren't you?
Well, I'm thinking it could literally be a person, but then now I'm looking at it. It's weird how they would be very squashed.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, yeah, if a person wanted to create an illusion of that, they probably could do that just by having somebody. I don't know.
It's weird because they're not making any like impression on the other. It's like you would expect there to be. What's the word I'm looking for? Like if their head was on this person's shoulder, you should see.
Yeah.
The impression of that on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it is a bit weird.
They say no one else was there the day the photo was taken, and even said the friend standing up to the right was almost hard up against the wall at the time, and there was no way anyone else could have been there. They also have no idea who this possibly could have been joining in on the fun. Number 4, electric chair ghost. An engineer named Fred Luchter was hired by the state of Tennessee to evaluate and update its electric chair. The chair was being used for the state's executions, and it was made out of wood that was part of the state's old gallows. After photographing the chair, Luchter found a few ghostly images. One resembles a face in agony, and another image of a ghastly hand appears on the right armrest. People seem to think the prisoners executed on this chair have appeared on multiple photographs because they still have unfinished business. Number 3, girls in the graveyard. This photo shows what most think are two young girls at a graveyard, one of which can clearly be seen on the right, where the other one's head is just visible above a tombstone. The photographer knows that there was absolutely no one else present at the time the picture was taken, and suggests these ghostly images are in fact real. Number 2, playing mother. This photo
Oh
taken
my
in the early
goodness.
1980s
Wow, that's
features
weird.
a young girl
That-
playing in the living room.
That's a weird one.
Yeah.
I was gonna say on that past image of the girls in the graveyard, I was thinking that's exactly the kind of thing I could have done with photography, by just having them like in a low light. If it's really shadowy area and and then a couple of your kids walked through and stood for a second and then walked away, you'd leave those ghostly imprints. This one is a little harder to explain.
This is like
That's
an
weird.
alien.
Yeah, right. Look at it's very weird. That one's one of the weirdest ones I've seen.
Yeah, I don't know how you explain that
When the
one.
photo was developed, the father found a disturbing image of a ghastly figure crawling near his daughter. He said there was something familiar about this figure. He thought it was perhaps his late wife visiting her baby girl, as the
Oh.
mother of the girl used to play with her on the floor just like this before she passed away. Number 1, faces in the window. This picture was taken by the husband of the woman in the picture on a sunny afternoon with ordinary print film. They had just moved into their new home in Chicago, Illinois. In the window to the left of them clearly shows an older woman with her hair put up in a bun and a bulldog next to her, although the married couple say there was no one else in the house at the time. Most experts say this particular photograph is real. And
I don't know.
Yeah,
don't
I can
see a
see the
bald-
dog.
Can
I
you?
see
I
the
was going
dog.
to say I
Yeah.
can't see the dog. I can see this face. I
Yeah, right
don't
next
know
to
about-
it. That would be like a bulldog with his. It's just his nose and his eyes are kind of shadowed. But I can see what they see as a dog there.
Yeah,
You
interesting.
you don't see it? Yeah, I mean I can
I can see that. I
the-
can see the face.
I have to say, out
Um,
of all the image we just saw, the one with the ghostly thing or the bright light image crawling on the ground was probably the most striking one. That was the most interesting.
Yeah,
of the
that was
series.
weird because it just looks so. When I say out of place, you can tell it was an old picture, and that just
Yeah.
looked like.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay. So what?
So yeah,
and-
I had an interesting one. I wish I could find it for you. There's one more I wish I could show you. It was a video, and if you want to talk for a minute, I'll see if I can find it. There's a really weird one I saw. The story was super interesting. Give me a second here. You got to hold the fort down while I look, though.
Yeah, I'm just reading the comments actually. So I wonder if it was a tourist stop type of thing. What? Which one are we talking about? Mm.
I'm trying to use a little tool to try to see if I can, because I've tried several ways to search for what I searched for, but now I'm going to ask AI to see if they can tell it. Oh, here we go. I might have it.
Okay. Great hearing you two collaborating. Thank you, Kim. Look up packing tape ghosts on Pinterest. The one with the man behind the bush. Can images be a reflection of one's mind? I wonder. It's an interesting question.
I may be onto it. Hold on. Something just popped up there. Nuke's top 5. Yeah. All right. I may have it. I'm getting closer. So yeah, and by the way, while we're looking for this, I may be really close to finding it. What do you think about EVPs? About recording sounds and then hearing voices that are caught, whispers and stuff like that. Have you ever done anything where you tried to record like the ambient sound of a room and see if you hear something talking or whispering in anything
No,
like that?
I haven't, but it is interesting, and I think it depends on the equipment you use. It's like that, you know, these days you can buy stuff which is just a toy kind of thing compared to something more. But that's also similar to the, you know, like when you're listening to the radio, what's like a spirit box kind of thing, and that's picking up words. But I think that's very similar to the image thing. Is it like, are you seeing something because it's what do we call it? Not conscious bias. What's it called?
Where you're right. Yeah, where your mind interprets something that's not there. I forgot what it's called. The phenomenon.
So with that one, are you actually hearing something because you are, you know what I mean? Well, you want to hear something. So I don't know.
I may have to just explain this one because I'm having a hard time finding. So apparently it was in one of those compilation videos. I guess I'll explain it to you and just see what you think.
Yeah.
So this family had recorded their child. I want to say their child was, and it was a relatively more modern day video of their child who was probably around the age of 5 or 6. But they noticed that she was the little boy or little girl, like it was hard to tell what gender, was talking to something. I think it was a girl, was talking to something in a closet. She had the closet open and she would frequently talk to them. And the parents started recording their daughter talking to this thing. So when they had moved into the house, it was an old house. And when they moved into it, there was a painting left behind, like somebody had drawn a picture of a sun with a creepy smile on it, and it just said Gilbert at the top. It just had, and so they saw the daughter talking to somebody called Gilbert in the closet, and she would talk about, what do you mean you can't touch things that are cold, and blah blah blah, like she was having a conversation with something in the closet. And so the parents filmed a few of those things, and it was on there. And then one time they caught her like digging at the floorboards of the room, kind of like trying to, really curious, and talking to Gilbert as she was kind of having a conversation in her head and just kind of playing with the floorboard. And the story goes, the family dug into the history of the house. There was a little boy back in the 1800s named Gilbert, who that was his room. And when they pulled up the floorboard that the daughter was looking at, they found a Ouija board buried underneath the floorboard of the room. And it was like it was a weird kind of story. So, but what was interesting was, for me, the most interesting part was watching the video footage they had of the girl talking to Gilbert in the closet kind of thing. And you're like, was that legitimate? Like, what is she having an imaginary friend? Is she, because she already did see the picture of Gilbert on the wall, did she make up an imaginary friend named Gilbert, or was she really having some kind of experience that, again, because I kind of feel like children can see things that adults can't, because we get trained not to believe it, so we lose that insight, you know.
Definitely I think children are, you know, like a natural kind of conduit to spirit. They're not afraid of it as well, which is, again, like a bit like what we were talking about in a previous live stream. It's like, what, spirit must be awful for spirit, because everyone's scared of them and they don't want to interact. Whereas with children, they're quite open. So spirit are going to go to children. And I truly believe that. And I have very vivid memories of being so young, like almost at the age of being in a, do you guys call it a cot as well? Before you go to a, you know, as a child, when you're in a, I think you call it a cot. I don't know. Before you go to a bed when you're a child and you're in a
crib, a crib.
That's it, a crib. And I was still in a crib, and I remember hearing and seeing things that, you know, when I talked about them when I was older, my parents were like, I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I used to hear parties and things like that, and they'd say, there's no possible way we'd have parties back then because we didn't have any money, we didn't have any friends. And I'd just be like, well, I have vivid memories of things, which is crazy. And I've talked to other people who've had similar kind of experiences as well. So, and Donna Carranza, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. And thank you for your beautiful energy. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, stories like that are fascinating.
I used to try to get EVPs on, like, I went through a period of time when I was trying to use every tool in the book to communicate with. So I had a lifelong experience with paranormal stuff that I feel. And then, so I've tried every tool in the book to try to communicate with whatever it is I'm kind of seeing out of the corner of the eyes. So I've tried recording things. I don't know why I'm losing my voice all of a sudden. I tried to record things, in rooms that I had a lot of activity. So I'd put on all night long video recordings and audio recordings and whatever. And the reason why I don't keep them is because you'll have, 12 hours of nothing happening. And then maybe you hear a sound or see a movement or something like that. And I'm like, it's relatively uninteresting if it's just a moment, just a second in time. Like, well, was there something there? Maybe. But like, I didn't get enough. I'm a receipts kind of guy, so I didn't get enough evidence that I could be like, hey, look, this is beyond the realm of something. A bug just flew by the camera, and that's what that was, or whatever, kind of thing. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and I know what you mean, because I'm that curious kind of person as well, that I'd like to go and do stuff and try things out, and like for instance, I see the graveyards and things, and I think, oh, I'd love to just go and spend an evening in a graveyard and take pictures or record sound, or but then you think logically, when I think about spirit, and I think you shouldn't have to go to a graveyard. They're not going to hang around the place that they were buried. Really, they're going to be spirit are everywhere. You don't have to go to the place that were buried, but it is interesting.
And in fact, I kind of want to do that even but I don't want it to be boring stuff, but I kind of want to do that for my Beyond channel, which is that there are places that are known to be, for example, like have a history of hauntings or a history of Bigfoot, Sasquatch sightings or whatever. And I was like, it would be kind of cool to just I've got some pretty good camera equipment. It'd be kind of cool to go with a buddy of mine and just go, hey, let's go camp for the night in one of the places that is rumored to be. And look, I'm a kind of person who looks for auspicious moments, right? So I'll look for like, okay, what time of year did they say they saw them? Try to find the right time, then go out there and go like, I want to increase my odds that if I see this phenomenon, it's going to be kind of the same time of year they always see it or whatever. I'd love to do that. I kind of enjoy that. It's kind of an adventure for me. Even if you just go out there and spend all night long with your buddy and nothing happens, it's just cool to have the adventure and maybe something happens.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something I tried fairly recently within the last year. And of course, now I can't remember what it's called. There was an app, there still is an app, people still do it, where you literally, it picks a location for you. You think you have an intention. So you think of an intention, you can think, what's it called? I've forgotten.
I think I know what you're talking about. There's several apps. They work differently. There's ones that are, of course, just to like travel, randomized my travel. But there's one, Randonautica.
Randonautica. Yes.
Yes.
So you think of an intention, you can literally think, or an object, and you can think of anything. You can think red hat or something, and then it will take you to a place, and you're meant to find that object or something to do with the intention. So I was trying to combine two things at once, my spiritual curiosity, and also I needed to get out more. I needed to go out walking and stuff. So adventures.
Yeah.
I did it a couple of times, and it's actually the very first time I did it was really fascinating, because I just typed into it something along the lines of, show me something it was something like, show me something important or something I need to know, or it was something along the lines. And I got taken to a local supermarket car park, and it takes you to a very specific spot kind of thing. And I looked down, and I'm standing right in front of a rent-a-kill box. And the reason that was relevant is because my cat at the time was bringing in every form of wildlife that you can possibly imagine into the house. And I had a rat running around the house that I couldn't get rid of because he brought a rat home. And this Randonautica took me to a car park with a rent-a-kill box.
Wow.
Crazy.
See, I love that. I love that stuff. And I just installed Randonautica. I'm going to do a video for my channel, my experience with Randonautica. We'll go on some adventures. And see where it takes us.
I might do it too.
Yeah, I think it'd be great if both of us did it. Then we could compare notes. And did you see, by the way, I'm getting excited. Did you see my tarot reading about the graveyard and the ravens and that experience that I had just recently?
No.
Check this out. You might not find this interesting. So I decided I was going to get into oracle cards. I'm going to do a deck reading once a month, and I'm going to try to play with a deck and whatever. And one of the first things that came up is I was like, well, what should I focus on? And the image, it's hard to explain, but intuitively the images I got was go to a graveyard and look for a raven. And so I told my wife, I was like, hey, I want to go to a graveyard today. And maybe I'll go out later tonight at the moon because it's a full moon. It just happened to be when they did the card reading, it was like one day past the full moon. So I knew the moonlight was going to be really good. So I said, do you want to go out there like at the graveyard? And she's like, what the hell? So I'm like, don't ask. I don't want to have to explain it. It's just too weird. So we went out to go scope the graveyard. I'm going to get to the story, but I'm going to show you something. It's really it's fascinating to me. So I go to I said, can you want to go with me? Cause I got to stop by real quick to go to the graveyard. And so we go out to the graveyard and we find it. It's an old cemetery near where we're at. I've never been there before. And I said, just look around at the gravestones. We'll split up. And if you find something interesting, let me know. And she's, well, what am I looking for? I'm like, I don't know, like maybe a raven on somebody's gravestones with that. Well, we're looking around. And as I'm walking around this just happened, by the way, like 2 weeks ago. So as we're walking around, I see a black feather on the ground. And I think to myself, oh, okay, well, that's kind of weird. This, the feather, and I just ignored it. And I walk around, I see another black feather, and I walk around another black feather, but I'm not making the connection. And then my wife's like, well, I've checked every headstone on this side of the thing. I don't find any ravens, but what about that black feather? And there was like a 15-inch black feather on the ground, and I picked it up and I took my camera on my phone and I took a picture and I said, can you tell me what bird this is? And like, that's a raven's feather. And so I have got a bunch of raven feathers we picked up from the graveyard. And I said, if nothing else, it was a weird adventure where I was told, go to a graveyard and look for a raven. And I came back with a whole bunch of raven feathers. And when I got like 5 feathers in this thing that I kept. And when I took a picture of them all laid out with my phone, I said, can you identify what birds they came from? They said, it looks like you've got feathers from 2 different ravens. They also told me they weren't from crows. They were from ravens, which I thought was weird. I was like, how weird is that shit? It's just one of those, like, that's why I like the adventures. It was just a cool adventure.
Yeah.
So I keep this as a reminder that weird shit can happen when you go on adventures.
I love that. Of course, my daughter's been joking with me going, why don't you go and ask to find money? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to do things like that.
Right. In my day, I would have asked for a lot of crazy things, and I would have gone to town.
Oh,
so yeah, that's funny. But yeah, I found the Raven story interesting.
And thank you so much. That's so sweet of you. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very cool.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Yeah, I love the adventure idea, and I think it would be fun. This is kind of, well, it was kind of what I'm doing with the tarot and the oracle, which is that let me share my adventure with you, and if it takes us someplace, then we'll go together. And I think the Randonautica app that you guys were talking about sounds like a really cool thing, especially if you can set an intention and say, okay, where do you want me to go, kind of thing. Yeah. I'm really interested in doing stuff like that. I think it'd be fun just to see what. I know
there's a whole period of time when everyone was doing it on YouTube, and like they're intentionally looking for spirit. Like they'd say things like, show me a dead person and stuff like that. There's whether they're real or not. There's a couple of well-known videos where I think there was one where someone was taken to a suitcase or something on the beach, which apparently had a body in it. Yeah, I don't know how genuine that is, but. People were kind of using it for all that kind of stuff, but you should just be used for an intention. It doesn't have to be a dark intention.
Right.
But yeah, I've always wanted to do a bit of ghost hunting, kind of do it myself, because I find it frustrating watching other people do it. Because I think you're deliberately being misleading, because you're not putting cameras in the places where you're saying things being captured, and it's like. So I'd like to do it myself and be more kind of, And
I wish I'm the same way. I wanted to because I'm curious, and I don't want to be with a person who jumps at things that aren't there. So I was wanting to join like some paranormal group and like, hey, can I go with you on ghost hunting adventures? The idea is I'm thinking people all around us have stories about, I think my house is haunted, I think my basement's haunted, or whatever. And it would be great if I could get somebody's trust to say, hey, do you mind if I just come over and sit in your basement for a couple of nights? How do you ask a stranger, hey, do you mind if I come over and just hang out in your basement for a couple of nights?
Might need to get to know them a bit first.
Yeah, you might want to get to know them. But anyways, that's what I'd like to do. But I don't want to go with one of these groups that do you got somebody in the group that taunts it. Hey, spirit, are you a pussy? Why aren't you showing yourself? Like, I don't want no part of the taunting spirits kind of thing. Like, I just want to go and see without somebody trying to prime me on what I'm supposed to see. Just, do I see something or not? And not feel compelled to come away with stuff. If you go there and nothing happens, then nothing happens. So
I always find it strange as well the way people are trying to talk to spirit as well.
Yeah.
I always think you need to talk to spirit the way you would have spoken to them in life. None
Yeah.
of this, is anybody there? Because
Right.
they're probably
Yeah.
just standing there going, "You weirdo."
Right. Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I might see if I can show this clip from.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting to see. This is the clip of you on
Yeah.
camera. Yeah, I want to see this.
So I did mark down roughly the timestamp where it begins. Hopefully this does work. So what you'll see, hang on, have I put this on? I need to share. Hold on. Okay. So what you should see, I'll just give you a brief explanation. So I need to go back to 2250 roughly. Oh, great. Right, hold on. Right. Can you guys see that screen when oh no, I haven't showed it yet. Hold on.
And you may have to remove the previous thing first. It's really weird. Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Okay. So
you want to make it full screen?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So what you'll see is, and I'm not sure exactly where it starts, but on the right hand side as you're looking at the screen, so on this side, you'll see to begin with it looks like someone moving this way, and then it kind of feels like they hang around here for a bit and then they leave, but it happens over a few minutes. So I'm gonna press play. It's hard to explain because I don't feel like their morals are in the right place, whoever this person is. But it's almost like Demetrius was trying to create or build something.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go back a little bit and watch it again. It's hard to explain because I don't feel like their morals are in the right place, whoever this person is. But it's almost like Demetrius was trying to create or build something to impress this person, which was going well. So if you sort of keep an eye on this area, I feel like, weird as it sounds, I feel like whatever went past there is staying here somewhere. And then, and again, you might have to watch this for a minute or two. But what has that got to do with this situation? It's not until I pull the devil card. So the cue is you'll see me pull the devil card, start talking about the devil card, and then more activity, but it's like it's leaving. Let's see what this intimacy card is about. Mutual respect, unity, closeness. You can see movement here as well. Almost like something breathing. It's weird. The devil. And the Ace of Wands reversed. These two cards really just tell me how much of a hold he had over Emma. I think he manipulated her emotionally, her feelings. You know, it's very much a game of you know, he had her at his beck and call. The devil is toxic attachment that he had over Emma, and Emma believing that this was some new, that's the weird thing about it. I can't. So that leaving bit is.
I saw it go off the same side of the screen over on the right hand side, like it went off the same side. It's weird. I was looking for it on the other side, but when I caught the movement, it went off to the right, I thought.
Yeah, so it feels like to me it's come this way. It's here. It's like lingering here, and then it leaves from the. It feels like it doesn't go past me this way. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that, the fact that especially the bit where it's leaving, going that way.
Yeah.
You can make out. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a person.
Yeah.
So find it. I don't know where. I've probably gone too far. Yeah. The High Priestess reversed. I think I've gone too far. Yeah, so what do people think on that?
That's
what do you think, Lee?
Well, it's super. If I didn't know you, my first question would be, did you have somebody else in the house, a photographer that was helping you? Did he walk in front of the light and that caused a shadow? But I was also looking for your face to see, and I'm like, well, no shadow goes across your face. So if it was your lighting that somebody went past, why doesn't it cast on your face as well when the shadow goes? So that was the biggest part. Like my first thought was, it kind of had to look like somebody passed in front of studio lighting. But then I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense because it doesn't go across your face. And I'm assuming you didn't have anybody with you at the house at that time.
I had literally no one. The only, and like I said, I've said to you before, the only other beings are the two cats.
Yeah.
And on the floor at the time, full disclosure, I had two floodlights, but they're pushed right up against the wall. So they're kind of flooding the light upwards. And there would be occasions when I'd be doing a reading when George, not Moose, it would always be George, would step over the lights. But you could make out that it's a cat. You could actually
like you can see the legs,
the shadow,
and
the tail goes past. And this time was like,
it didn't look like
the fact
a
that
cat
it's
figure.
like this guy going past behind me.
And when the cats would move in front of the light, would it cast shadows on your face, or would it still only be on the wall? Or
it is pretty much just on the wall.
It still makes it interesting because if it wasn't a cat, it still could be something physically moved in front of the light, casting a shadow that maybe you didn't see with the naked eye, kind of thing, but it still cast a shadow of some kind. Or
for it to be that tall, you would have to have seen it walk past me.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It would have.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Maybe you can't see it with your physical eye, but whatever it is, even though you can't see it, did it cast a shadow, even though you can't physically see it?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think it out. Like, I don't know.
Where's
weird.
the thing that makes the shadow? It's like.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the thing right. And I've had experiences like that too with shadows. And I'm like, well, where's the thing that made that shadow? Like, I don't know where the thing is that made that shadow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that is, apart from, the odd orb, and people always pointing out orbs on my readings and stuff, that's probably the most significant manifestation I've had on camera.
It's a pretty big one.
But that particular backdrop that I had, which is obviously different to this one, there was something about that backdrop where you would pick up images and faces and anomalies all the time. I could use that backdrop. I could actually play one of my videos back and use it to to scry or to channel, because I'd be listening to the reading and then looking into the wings and seeing images form and faces, and fascinating.
If I can find this, you just made me realize I want to share something if I can find it. I don't know how much time you have, but I really want to. Oh my gosh, if I can't find this, I'm going to shoot myself. Hold on.
Yes, Robin, what you just said, Robin, you're right. The camera kept going in, like trying to refocus on something. I noticed that as well.
Oh my gosh, I want to show you something so interesting. I don't know why I didn't think about this when you were telling me what we were going to kind of talk about, because it's a really good one. Anyways, keep talking. I'll see if I can find this.
Yeah, the shadow, crew dog. The shadow was behind her, not on her. Yeah, and it's so weird that I was completely unaware at the time as well, just as well. But I didn't know.
All right, I'm going to have to mute myself and call my wife because she probably has the pictures still. I'll see if I can get her to send it to me. Hold, stand by. I'll be right back.
Stand by. One thing I don't see are orbs during. One thing I don't see are orbs during the Idaho 4 readings. I think if you go back probably to a lot of the readings I did last year, I don't know why I don't get them so often now. I think maybe Spirit preferred my last backdrop because I don't get as much activity now as I did back then. Your Kaylis May, sorry. I love this woman. I just saw her reading for Dom. She makes the most sense and is truly here to help, not monetize off others' detrimental fatalities. My name is Jenna. Thank you for being sincere. Oh, thank you so much. That's so sweet. So nice of you to hear. So nice to hear that. Sorry. Yeah, I don't. It is difficult. I'm very aware of doing readings on people's tragedies and trauma, and you have to I hope that the majority of people know that I'm doing it for a good reason, that for justice. 1-1. Hey, 1-1. Sue, you've inspired me to keep pressing forward. Oh, wow. Keep pressing forward in what way?
That's what I was wondering too. I do. Yeah. I do have some hope that I'm going to be able to show you this. My wife said it is busy at her new business, but right now it's dead, and she has the pictures. But she sent me these pictures on her phone, but I just recently upgraded my phone, so I lost all the pictures. And she's like, "Oh yeah, I have those. I can send them to you." She goes, "There's nothing going on right now, so if customers come in, she won't be able to do it. But we'll see if she sends them to me because it's got I find it an interesting story that it kind of goes along with everything that we're talking about."
Yeah. Kim, this has been such a peaceful and informative discussion. I hope everyone has a wonderful and blessed day. Look forward to the next time. That's so sweet. Thank you. I think I feel so blessed by everyone that kind of supports my channel and how amazing you all are, honestly. And I'm not just saying that. I think every single one of you is just, it reminds you that humanity is still good,
Yeah.
Yeah, 1-1. I want to know what you meant.
Yeah, by pressing on, or how did you word it? Yeah. I know he's had a few experiences himself, and so yeah.
Sheila, I've watched your videos over and over. Wow. When scrying, do you use Black Mirror and Pendulum? If I ever scry, I just do it in the most random of places. Like, I'm one of those that will, when I'm lying in the bath, I'll look in the tiles and look in the pattern on the tiles and scry, or the shadows that are forming somewhere. I've tried doing crystal ball scrying. I've got so many crystal balls all over my house, and all I can see is the reflection. I can't see past it. So I think it's different for different people. But you could put a pattern in front of me and I'll get lost in it. 1-1. Pressing forward in my career and life. I deal with, of course you do. I deal with tragedy and see people at their worst every day. Of course it can. It can have a way of weighing you down. Yeah, I can't imagine some of the things that you deal with and see. Yeah, I completely understand that. But thank you so much for the compliment. Does that mean that you've at some point you felt that you've had difficulty in being able to continue doing what you do, which would be understandable? Hi, from Sheila. Hi, Sue and Lee. That clip of the shadow is creepy. I watched your videos over and over again, and I've never seen anything like that. Yeah, I don't know who it was that pointed it out to me at the time, but
Yeah, because you didn't
when
catch it live, right? You didn't catch it
No.
until somebody pointed it out afterwards. Yeah.
And I don't watch my videos back. So unless someone points something out to me, I won't know. But that was the one that stuck with me, that one. And Tamika, you do it because it's your ability. Where we have surgeons, you have a tool to use. Yeah.
So I got one of those pictures. Oh, good. My wife's sending these pictures now, so I can tell you this story. I'm getting the creeps watching it again. Okay. So I'm just waiting to see if she sends me more than one. I'll let you keep. Yeah.
True Crime Investigate. Hey Sue, love seeing you on the live. I'm enjoying it. I'm really glad I actually got you to thank for this, Lee, because I probably would have procrastinated on starting a live for another, I don't know how long, 6 months. And yet you kind of gave me a bit of a nudge and a push and said to me, you know, Lee sent me an email one day and saying, how about we do this? How about you do a live, but it'll be your live? And I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So
I think
if it
it's
hadn't
so
been,
cool.
Yeah, if it hadn't been for you, I wouldn't be. So you all should be thanking Lee, not me.
No. So I want to show you something. And hopefully people know me well enough to know that I'm not the kind of person who makes stuff up. So I'm going to tell you this the way that it. So my wife went to a kind of a quilting sewing retreat nearby, and it happens to be in Idaho, and it happens to be relatively close to Moscow, Idaho. As an interesting thing. By the way, there's a bunch of history in the area there at Moscow, Idaho, Native American history in that area. And there's a lot of werewolf legends and evil kind of shit around that whole area. Moscow itself was built on an Indian area and Native American. Anyways, so my wife went to this.
One second. Deborah, thank you so much. That's incredibly generous. Thank you so much for that.
That's awesome.
Donation. Thank you.
So anyway, so she was there at this retreat, and at nights we try to make a connection, say, hey, do you want to talk for a little bit before you go to bed kind of thing? And she was with other people. So she moved out of the main lodge area to this lodge, and it was an old ski lodge that they had converted into kind of like a museum / whatever. And so they sell a lot of interesting stuff in this museum. So and they have a lot of taxidermy, and there's a lot of dead animals all over this place. And she says to me, as she's talking to me on the phone, man, this place is a little creepy at night. There's all these dead animals everywhere around. And I shit you not, while we're talking, I kept saying, what's going on over there? Like, why is there that snorting sound? And so she's like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I could literally hear like a pig behind her, like making little grunting noises and stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing over there? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I could hear them plain as day. And I said, I'm telling you, like, it sounds like there's a pig or an animal grunting, rooting through stuff. And she goes, I have no idea, but she goes, it is kind of creepy down here. So I said, well, send me a picture of a video of what she did. So she sent this picture, which I'm going to share with you on screen. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happened.
Could she hear the same thing as you?
She couldn't hear it. I was hearing it. I could hear it behind her, like it was in the room with her, but she could not hear it. She had no idea what I was talking about. I'm like, what's with the pig noises and stuff? And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing. I hear nothing. So anyways, let me share this screen real quick. Now, the lighting is not the same as it was, so it's there if you want to show it. She was shooting at night, and she went and took a picture of this back in the daytime. I said, can you send me a picture of that thing in the daytime so I can see it? So. Okay. This is a cow skull that's been ornamented with Native American runes and stuff on it. It is, I will tell you this, it's only half authentic in the sense that the bones are old, but some of the markings and stuff was a recreation by the artist who and he's selling it for like $500 or some ridiculous thing. But when she moved her camera across this at night, I instantly got chills. I was like, oh my God. And then she showed me these weird like rattles and like Native American shaman type instruments that are sold as part of a ritual kit kind of thing. I got the chills, and I kept hearing all these animals rooting around in her. I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but can you ask the owner of the lodge where that came from and how much it costs? Because I was going to buy the sucker. I'm like, I'm going to buy that because that's crazy. Anyways, she says, well, he doesn't really want to sell it, and the collection's $500. It includes like the head and then the couple of the ritual items that were down below. And I said, well, are they authentic? And she says, no, he did a lot of the work on it, but and I asked ChatGPT, and the ChatGPT said it appears to be very old bones, but that somebody has done a more modern recreation of it. But anyways, I thought it was weird because of the sounds that my wife was hearing. Actually, no, my wife didn't hear the sounds. I heard the sounds behind her. She didn't hear it. All she told me was, it's really creepy down here at night. And I'm like, yeah, you might want to do that somewhere else. it was just crazy.
Whoa.
But anyways, you could take it off screen, but I just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, that is. It's one of those things. I'm staring at it and like, I want to stare at it a bit more.
Oh yeah, I could put it back on screen. Yeah, it's really weird. And again, it was one of those things like intuitively, the second I saw it, I do not usually have that reaction about anything, but the second I saw it, I thought, oh my gosh, like what the hell? And I just felt the creeps on it. I'm not that kind of guy. Like I don't have those reactions, but I instantaneously, and that's why I told her, I said, I want to find out what the story is behind that. Is that authentic? But anyways, I don't hear animal sounds from my mounts on the walls. Thank God. Well, yeah, that would be disturbing.
Yeah. True Crime Investigate. I love listening to you two talk. I don't have anyone else who is interested in any of this occult stuff, and I love it. I'm surprised that you don't. Usually you have at least one or two friends or family members that are kind of into it or interested in some way.
It's funny that Jake says they wouldn't want that in the house. We had as another. I guess I flirt with danger. I was told to stay away from tarot cards. I got tons of decks in my house. I was told to stay away from Ouija boards. I got a Ouija board in the garage. I was told to stay away. But I didn't do it until recently. It's only been the last 10 years or so that I was like, screw it. I've never been harmed by anything like that. We had a friend that went to New Orleans. And it's a big voodoo capital down there. And she brought us back. She goes, I thought you'd like this. I got a couple of voodoo dolls from New Orleans. And somebody was like, oh my God, you don't have those still. They were like, yeah, we got a couple of voodoo dolls in the closet. A couple of tiki dolls.
That's another interesting subject. Deborah, thank you so much. That's incredibly generous. Thank you so much. This is an awesome live. Thank you. Voodoo. Interesting, because I've kind of looked into it as part of exploring witchcraft, and it's called something else. The actual stuff that people think about, when they think about the putting pins in the eyes of dolls and things like that. But it's not black magic. It's called something else, and I can't remember what it's called now.
Well, what's funny is I learned a new term. I don't want to sidetrack you, but in the Larry Millete case, which was a case about a guy that allegedly may have killed his wife, he just got convicted. Actually, we recently were kind of looking into that case, and he was supposedly trying to cast voodoo on his wife to make her stay with him because she was having an affair, and so he was trying to see a ritualist to cast spells and make her love him and make her stay with him, kind of thing. And they had dolls that they showed in court to the jury, and they didn't call them voodoo dolls; they called them some other type of thing. And so we had to look it up, and it was another form of voodoo, same kind of thing with putting pins in it, all kind of thing or whatever. But it wasn't called voodoo.
There's hoodoo as well, which is I think that's like the white. There's white. That's like white magic. But yeah, I can't remember what it's called when you're talking about the really dark, ritualistic stuff. Interesting though. This is from Suzanne. How do you protect yourself from the dark when you read someone? Well, every reading I do a pre-reading ritual where I'm cleansing myself and my space, because you have to cleanse previous energy so you don't take it into the next reading, first of all. But I've not had to. It depends on what you mean by dark. If you mean by kind of if you mean that I do a lot of readings for people who are, I do deal with a lot of people who are dealing with a lot of trauma and difficulty, and obviously dealing with stuff like that day in, day out can linger. And I don't know if that's what you meant. I'm assuming you don't mean dark as in oppressive or evil energy, because I wouldn't be reading for people like that. But I just make sure that I keep my space cleansed, that my intentions are pure. It is difficult, you know. It's a little bit like nothing like what one said, because you're facing some really difficult things that you can't just sort of shut out of your mind at the end of the day. But I do care about the people I do readings on, and wonder. That's why I always say at the end of a reading, please tell me how you're getting on. Please keep in touch. You know, please let me know how this develops. If I do a reading for someone, I want to know how they are, you know, in a month's time or in a year's time. Some people do. You know, I've made some good friends from the people that I do readings for. I always think it's maybe if they don't keep in touch, maybe that's a good sign. Maybe they,
Maybe
you
that's a
know,
good
I don't
thing,
know.
Yeah. Got a nice gift there.
Yeah. Karen Intrigue. Wow, Karen. Thank you, Sue and Leah. Watch all of your content on both channels. That's incredible. Thank you so much. By the way, I think you were the lady that donated an incredible amount on my first live stream, and I'm so sorry if I felt like I blanked you, but I was very
You were nervous with your first
I was
live.
nervous. I was confused. I was like, what is that? I thought it can't be what I think it is. But yeah, thank you so much. That's so overwhelmingly generous. Thank you. And I really, really do appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, so let's ask some people. Oh, Karen, you said I felt the love, Sue. Oh, bless you. I hope so. Do you know how much I worried about that? I was worried about it, and I was talking to my daughter.
I look like an ass. I didn't say thank you.
Yeah, I was talking to my daughter like a few days later. So I don't know what to do. I said, I feel like I need to contact her and tell her that because I feel so rude. And she's like, oh, Sue, she said, it's okay, Mum. It'll be fine. Yeah. So I was going to say, I was going to open it up to the audience. I was actually going to ask if anyone, and I might have left it a bit late, but if anyone knew of anything that they'd seen online that they were convinced by having been a genuine representation of spirit, and they were absolutely sure it hadn't been manipulated, or has anyone got any that they know of that they've seen?
I've got to continue to while we're looking for those. I got to continue to look. There's such great footage I have to share. If, like I said, my friend sent me this great video. I'd love to share. So while they're digging, I'll dig to see if I've got something here. Oh, whatever you do, don't share my screen. Okay.
Yeah, as talking about my second channel, the Astro channel, I will be doing some live streams from there as well. But I'm going to make sure that I heavily promote it when we do. We'll be doing live streams together. Lee will be live streaming from his Beyond channel while I live stream from the Astro channel, just regarding some astrology related stuff and tarot related stuff. Whereas the live streams I do on here are going to be more, even though this is kind of more of the spiritual stuff, but I will be doing more relating to true crime, and based on the readings I've done. I won't be doing readings, but I will be maybe discussing some of the readings I've done. And it also occurred to me, Lee, today, and I was thinking your question about you were surprised to find out that I was as interested in true crime as I was tarot. And then I was thinking, why is it that I just can't seem to get my Astro channel off the ground? It just doesn't seem to want to take off. And it's not just that channel. It's when I started this channel, I started it as astrology-based readings and didn't take off until I started doing true crime. And I should have figured this out by now. That's because everyone's on my channel is more interested in true crime than astrology or tarot.
Yeah.
So
Look, you're speaking to the choir, because I have a lot of things I'm interested in. Even in the true crime alone, I'm interested in a ton of cases, and all anybody wants to talk about is Idaho 4. Then I'm like, and I'm a much deeper person. Like I got a lot more going on in my mind than just true crime, because I'm into I'm into all kinds of stuff, right? And I can't. And you're right. Like I can't find a connection with anybody other than stuff on Idaho 4. And so
Yeah.
like you have these passions for things, and you're like, well, why can't I don't know what it is. Like maybe we're just and again, you have to factor this in. I've been telling myself this. Each platform has different things that it's strong with. Maybe YouTube is just a really, really suited for true crime, and maybe a different platform is better for what we're doing. I don't know, but I wrestle with these things too. Like, why can't I get anybody interested in any topic other than A, B, C, or whatever? Like, why is it that all these other things I have just as much passion for, I can't get anybody interested in it? I don't know.
Interesting. A question from Sassy Frassy. Sue, do you read live animals? Yes, I do. I've done a few readings on people's pets. I love doing pet readings. Absolutely love it. They're just, to be able to delve into a dog or a cat. I think I've only ever done dogs and cats. Have I done? Trying to think if I've ever done a reading on another animal apart from a dog and a cat. But yeah, it's just such a privilege to be able to sort of dip into an animal's personality. Interesting that I can't seem to read my own animals. But I can read other people's, but maybe that's because I don't need to, because I know them. It's similar to people. It's like if I want to read my daughter, I'm like, is there any? It's very difficult to do because I know her life and I know her personality and I know her, and so it's hard to kind of read beyond that. And I think that might be why I have the same problem with the cats.
What's really interesting as an aside, there's a business that just opened in my local area. We're in a very rural area, and there's a lady who's doing spiritual work with horses. And what she does is she invites people to come to her ranch, and she says the horses can act. You'll connect to a horse, and the horse will actually help diagnose what their conditions are. And she's got some kind of weird spiritual connection between the horses. And she invites people to come down, and then the horse will help diagnose what their issues are. I don't know how it works, but I thought
animals can sense, when humans are unwell. It's like I think dogs can sniff out cancer. So I definitely believe that. TT, face fuchsia flower shape.
Those are Do you know
Sue,
what that
could
is?
you please try to reach Charlie Kirk? I'm pretty sure he'd love to connect and share his truth. I did a reading on Charlie not long after it happened, and I did get a connection with him straight away, which is really unusual, because usually when someone's passed or they've recently passed, I will have difficulty connecting because they're going through a transition. But this, and again, interestingly, it was one of those times when I was talking about when I was in the bath and I was scrying in, I think it was in a plant. Weirdly, I was looking at a plant and I started seeing images and receiving messages. And I can't remember the messages. He told me about it was an inside job, and it was a security, a member of his own security. But he also, and this stuck with me, and I didn't do any more research on it, and maybe I should. He gave me Jack and the Beanstalk. I don't know why, but he just showed me Jack and the Beanstalk, and there's some relevance to that.
Climbing up to the position to shoot or something, or I don't know.
Like the giant, the golden egg. Yeah, I don't know.
This comment on this comment from this True Crime Investigates is hilarious to me.
I've had one experience where a statue in my bedroom started to spin, and I woke up my husband and said, "Do you see that?" And he just calmly said, "Oh, what? The statue spinning?" like
it was normal. I'd be like, "What the fuck, man? What do you mean? Like, what, the statue spinning? Yeah, that. Do you see that?"
Okay.
Anyways,
Is he taking anything herbal or no?
Yeah. That guy is chill. That guy is chill. Like what? Like the person's head spinning around? Yeah, I see that. What's the big deal?
Wow, sorry, but a statue spinning, like what? What was the
I mean,
rest of
that's
the story?
chilling.
I want to know more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody said they use dogs all the time to judge people's characters. Isn't it true
Yeah.
that a lot of times when your dog doesn't like somebody, it's like, maybe I shouldn't like you either. Like, my dog knows there's something wrong with you, so
Yeah.
why do I not pick up on that? Yeah,
Definitely, they can pick up energy.
Sure.
My dog, I had a Rottweiler a long time ago, and he was like the biggest, friendliest baby ever. People would be scared of him because of the size of him and obviously his breed, but he was just such a gentle giant. And I think I can think of one time someone came over to my house, and he was halfway down the stairs. My dog was halfway down the stairs and just growling like his hackles were up at this person. And I said, I'm really sorry. He's never done this before. I almost felt like telling the person to leave, because I was thinking something's not right with you, you know.
my dog knows it, and now so do I.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There you go, Queen of Jokers. Background wings are super cool side by side.
Yeah, we talked about it the first night. I had this background because this is my normal true crime background, and she's like, "You should keep it. It's kind of cool against my wings." And I'm like, that is kind of cool. So it's been a thing.
Yeah.
Of course, now I'm going to get branded as the bad guy, and you're the good girl. So like, it is what it is.
No,
Yeah,
I think, I don't know about that. I'm definitely not that good.
And I'm not that bad. So there you go. Fair. So it's just a balance thing. It's a yin and yang thing.
Definitely. Okay, so that time just flew, didn't it?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So I do intend on showing up every Sunday if I can at the same time. Does everyone like this time slot? I just want to know. I mean, I can't really please everyone, I get that, but it works well for me. I know it works. I always think of a Sunday, because a lot of you, this is, for instance, you, Lee, this was like 11 a.m. we started for you, was it?
Yeah, yes.
11 a.m. for me on a Sunday was my time with a coffee, sat on the sofa watching something on TV. One of the rare times I ever watched TV. So I think, that's quite a good time slot. And then for others, it's kind of covering lunchtime and stuff. But I'm happy to keep this time slot. And yeah.
And I assume, like, I don't, so I want to say this. So like, I think it's a great time slot for you, and it works even for the US, because again, it's not a typical workday kind of thing. I don't want to presume that I'm your only guest. So I presume that you're going to want to start bringing on some other guests on your show on Sunday. So the time slot's great for you. I am more than happy to come most or whatever Sundays if you ever want me, or whatever. But I won't take it hard, of course, if you want to have other people on your show.
There's room for more than one.
Right. In fact, my panels had like 6 people on screen at one time. So just
I mean, also, I am aware that you have a life, you have a family, and Sunday I may be eating into your one day of kind of family time rest. So what I will do is just say, it's open to an invitation. If you want to join, unless I have an amazing idea and I want you to be part of it, then obviously I'll let you know. But otherwise, I will send you the link regardless. And if you want to show up and surprise us, if not, it's up to you. Yeah.
And if you ever want to have a guest on where you want me to not be there, then just don't send me the link that week. Be like, hey, I'm gonna have a special guest on this week, and you're not invited. No, I won't take that personal. I promise. I'll just use my voodoo dolls to cast a hex on you or something. That's all. I mean, it won't be personal, but I'd be like, just kidding.
Be careful.
Right. You probably will win on that one. You got more connection.
I'll get my dark shadow out on you.
Right. I've seen it.
Yeah,
so fun show. I thank you so much for having me. It was great to be on the show.
No, I thank you. You've, like I said, I credit you with getting me here in the first place. So thank you so much. And I'm hoping I've got past the admin problem or the admin kind of side of things, that I'd be able to sort of look after everything from now on. hopefully.
High priority. Go buy Sue an extra monitor. She needs a second monitor.
Yeah, no.
It'll make your life so much easier if you get a second monitor hooked up. I promise.
I am going to. That is on my list this week. So if I get a second monitor and then suddenly you don't see me again, that's because I blew up my
computer.
setup. Yeah, no.
You should be fine. You should be fine.
I'll be fine. I used to actually, surprisingly, is to build computers for a living. So I should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, every single one of you that joined us today. And hopefully I look forward to seeing you all next week. And I don't know what it's going to be about, but we'll think about it in the meantime. 1-1, thank you. We're here to help you. Thank you. You've all been so helpful, honestly. Thank you. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Robin. You've been amazing again. Robin the octopus.
And real quick, I also thank you all for watching on my side of the stream as well. I mean, even though both of us are co-streaming, of course, both of us benefit from having people watch. So thank you. I know for a fact, several people are watching you and I on two different computers so that we both get watch time, which is so cool. So
that is so nice.
Thank you for the Uber fans that know how important it is for us to get watch time. And again, your Astro channel, you need watch time over there. So people need to go check out Revelation Astro and get watch time over there.
And if anyone is watching that is new to this channel and new to Lee, then please do go and check out Lee's channels. The one he's streaming from now, which is the Devil's Advocates Beyond. I don't know if Robin can put a link up, and also your main channel, which is Devil's Advocates 2024. One
which was
true crime, and the other one is
I started in 2024. That's why it's 2024, because I started it late 2024 and went through 25, and So
I started this channel in 2023, but what happened was I started in July. So officially my birthday is pretty much has happened.
Oh, nice.
But then my daughter moved in and I did nothing for another probably a good year. And then when she moved out, I got going on stuff, and that's when it all kind of took off. So nice. we've really, started at the same time.
Yeah, very cool. It's I'm enjoying it. You can teach an old dog new tricks, because I was never a YouTuber, and now I am.
Well, yes, exactly. Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew? Yeah. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. But thank you guys so much. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you all. Well, I look forward to seeing you next week, throughout the week, through all my other content, and next weekend. I might see you on Friday. I might join you on Friday, Lee. So
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, until then, see you next week.
Later.
Take care. It's George.
Footsteps echo down a hollow hall. Shadows stretch where the secrets crawl. A flick of light, a shattered glass. Truth buried deep beneath the past. Who holds the gavel? Who breaks the chain? Who hides the evidence? Who shifts the blame? Behind the badge, behind the smile, lies a ledger dripping vile. Redding stains and twisted ties, a house of mirrors built on a silent handshake out of sight. Justice wears a crooked grin. The game was rigged before it could begin.